Good evening, Fernwood. It is your hookah-smoking caterpillar Neil, and it's time for us to fall down the rabbit hole with another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Today we are watching episode 239 from March 3rd, 1977. I believe we can take a look at yesterday's episode. In the break room, Tom was helping Mary to get her head around the different issues that labor and management have at the factory. Tiny points out that George is in charge of the safety commission, and Mary asks for help in solving an issue in the line. George passes the buck to Tom, who is in charge of the grievance committee, and it turns into a little bit of duck season, wabbit season. Vernon Bales shows up and does some glad-handing with Tom, and in case you haven't been keeping up, Vernon Bales is in charge of the GGG, a white supremacist organization, and is targeting Tom and Mary for recruitment. After the manager leaves, George and Tiny make fun of Tom for getting a little bit of attention, and then Tom and Mary give each other some attention, and George and Tiny look on in disgust. Howie Freeze shows up to interview Merle Jeter and is intercepted by the cleaning lady Lila, who hints that Merle attempted suicide last week, even though he didn't. Merle greets Howie warmly, but does everything he can to make sure nothing goes on record. And in the background, Lila does everything that she can to push the interview in the direction of suicide. After Howie is only able to get this one very short clip.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening, Fernwood.
He leaves, and Lila makes sure that Merle doesn't go to bed before taking his pill. And then over at the Hartmans, Mary is in full housewife mode again as she gets a visit from Patty. Mary is obsessed with a new cleaning product, but Patty has come to say her final goodbye. She is incredibly grateful to Mary and thanks her for saving her life. And then the two women embrace before being interrupted by Nat Dearborn, who will be writing a book about Patty's experience and starting a career for Patty in helping women who have been through her experience. Mary wonders how Patty might handle being reminded of her trauma so often, and Patty says that this is how she will be dealing with it. It finally sinks into Mary that Patty is really leaving, and she goes to look for a gift, and Patty doesn't need a gift, she just needs to make sure that Mary knows that she loves her. And she sets her down and thanks her again for saving her life and says her final goodbye. And everyone, that was a very emotional ending for yesterday's episode. I expect we will see some wackiness today. We've got some crazy plot lines that have been simmering underneath the surface, so why don't we get started?
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Oh, it's a long, long time from May to December, but the days grow short when you reach September, and the autumn weather turns the leaves to flame, and I haven't got time for the waiting game. Oh, Barbie, I love you. Do move in.
Well, we could cut a hole in the ceiling over the bed so I don't feel fenced in. We could hear the birds and feel the rain.
Then it's yes?
Well, you know, Vernon, I gotta tell you, it sounds like a real great club. It does.
You know, people need fraternal feelings in these days of nagging uneasiness.
Yeah, but you want me to be a free lifetime member, you know. What I don't understand is how come you're being so generous? How come?
We need you, Tom. Well, you're an outstanding example of the working man. Basketball, baseball, golf.
Yeah.
Listen, you could help us recruit some new members for our team.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Be great.
I mean to tell you, Charlie, I've had a powerful case of the lonesomes ever since you and Matt growed so close to each other.
Aw, sweetheart, don't be like that. I mean, Mac and me is best friends, honey, that's all.
But we're married, Charlie, and married friends got to spend a lot of time together, too.
Well, we spend time, we get lots of time to... We had a wild old time this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did kind of light up that early morning, didn't we? But Honey, I wasn't too tickled pink about the hours between 7:32 a.m. and 8:18.
What?
Now, I loved it fine up until 7:32. But then Matt called up on the phone and y'all talked Yukon bear hunting for the next hour.
Oh, sweet. Babe, that was important to me. There wasn't a syllable of that wasn't important to me, sweetheart. Now don't misunderstand me now. You are my wife, and there's nothing to me more important than that.
Oh, Charlie.
Sweetheart, I am pledged to you, and you're the one that's going to have me.
While we're chatting there for a minute, I got an idea. I got a guy I think who'd be a great asset to the club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Charlie Haggers.
Oh,
Yeah, Haggers. Yeah, he's
3 G's?
I don't know, but anyway, he's a great guy, and he's got a lot of good values, and he's got a lot of time to get involved, and he's a good guy. You'd like him, I know.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, give us 2 gin and tonics and double up on the cherries, huh?
Sure. Oh, hi, Kathy. How are you? Yeah, that's my phone. Yeah, hi, Howie. Hi. Sit down for a minute. I'm just chatting over here with her.
Okay. So, Howie, tell me just one more time about that secret investigation so I can take my mind off of losing poor baby.
Well, my sister's husband ran off to join that dread secret society, and I've been dying to crack the story, to discover the real headquarters of the TTT. Now, I've narrowed it down to Los Angeles, New York, or Austin. And I'm dying to be there where the action is, but I'm stuck here in Fernwood where nothing happens. Thanks, Al.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'd like a handshake on
you
that.
Betcha, you
Welcome to the club.
Well, thank you.
Now remember,
thank you.
initiation tomorrow night, Friday, 12 o'clock sharp.
12 o'clock midnight? Yeah, I'll be there.
Listen,
Yeah,
could
fine.
you talk to your friend, what's his name?
Charlie Haggers.
Yeah,
Haggers.
yeah,
Charlie
could
Haggers. Want me to yeah, I'll talk to him right now.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you two. Hey. Wait a minute. Just a minute. Let me interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt lovebirds, but hey, I got something important for you. Now, there's a club here in Fernwood, right here in Fernwood.
Yeah?
That I think you really would enjoy. Now, it only wants a real select membership, you see.
Oh, great.
And it just,
That's
yeah,
terrific,
wants people.
Tom.
And you know what I did? I recommended you and Mac to become free, lifetime members. What do you think?
Oh, hey, that's terrific.
Huh?
No, don't worry. I wouldn't ever leave you, Kathy, even for a moment, but a big city, the real story. I'd even find actual members of this weird secret group. I don't think that's too much to hope for.
Hi, Mary. I could use just a teensy little bit of help from you.
Oh, so could I, Loretta. So could I. You know what? I've been working on this song. The pep song for the plant, and I find that the lyrics are coming very easily to me, but I have a writer's block on the music.
You want me to help you? I'll tell you what, Mary, I would love to do it, but the way I'm feeling right now, I couldn't write an up-tempo song if my life depended on it. Oh, Mary, do you know that I have not spent a total of 5 minutes with Charlie Haggers in the last 3 weeks? Mary, what am I going to do to get him to spend some time with me?
Well, you could do what I did. You could go get a job. I went to get a job at the plant so I could be with Tom. Didn't work out. It turns out we're in different departments and different shifts.
I guess it's tacky of me to want to discuss my personal problems with my very best friend. I'm not going to do it, Mary. I'm going to work this solution out myself. I'll get it. I'll tell you what, I'll just change the subject and I'll just bury myself in your up-tempo song. Let's sing it for me and I'll help you with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2. We are the workers at the Fernwood plant. We say we can when others say they can't. Maybe we work hard and maybe we work long. But we love what we are doing, and that's why we sing this song.
Mary.
What?
I am appalled.
Is that bad, huh?
Mary, it's not that bad. I mean, this song has potential somewhere in it, Mary, but I'll tell you what's wrong is your delivery. It's like a dead fish in a dry dock.
Oh, really?
Hun, you have got to put more spirit, more pep, more oomph into it. You know what let me show you how to do this, Mary. Okay. Gosh. We are the workers at the Fernwood plant. We say we can when others say they can't. Well, maybe we work hard now, and maybe we work long, but we love what we're doing. That's why we sing this song. Yeah, well, we love what we're doing, and that's why we sing this song. Yeah. See, makes all the difference in the world, Mary.
Oh, Mary, thank heaven you are home. I am ruined, absolutely ruined, I tell you. Okay, just calm down, because I believe you.
Now, I'm going to ask you one question.
What?
What have I got to live for? Tell me. Nothing, nothing. I have lost my grandson. I have lost my job at the hospital. I mean, how much further can a person sink down into the human pit of despair?
Oh, my gosh, Mrs. Shumway, I am so sorry for you.
Oh, Loretta, I was so depressed I didn't even see you sitting there. Mary, what am I going to do?
Keep working.
Oh, Mary, you are the most wonderful daughter in the whole wide world, except maybe for Princess Grace. And, of course, that Caroline certainly is something special.
Is she pretty than I am?
No.
Swear?
Swear.
I have a little song that I wrote for the miserable workers at the plant, and I thought that it might apply to you because you're one of the miserable housewives of America. So tell me what you think. Okay? Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. You can sing.
We are the workers of the Fernwood plant. We say we can when others say we can't. Maybe we work hard. Maybe we work long. Maybe we work long. But we love what we are doing.
And that's why we're singing this song. That's why.
Hey, what's going on here? What's this all about?
Oh, I was just telling them a little song I was working on to boost the morale at the plant.
Mary, you're going too far. I mean, you're going too much into this plant business, okay? I mean, you can't do that. So just leave morale alone, okay? It's better off without you, all right?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, the film business, for example. I'm bouncing around from the grievance committee to the Labor Relations Committee and back again. And I know it's going to wind up in the Safety Committee. I know that. Hey, I love you. I love you. Do you understand that? But please, stay out of plant politics, okay?
Well, listen, I figure I better forget and checking on Charlie, babe. But I'll see you later, Mary.
Yes, and I have an enchilada surprise in the oven I don't want to burn. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I was just trying to make those workers happy. You know, everybody over there is so unhappy.
Mary, look, you gotta learn something. Don't you know when it's time to quit? Don't you know when you can't change anything? Hey, look, sweetheart, your whole life has become the plant. Now you gotta learn to stop messing around where you don't belong. You understand that? I'll see you.
Hello, Shumway.
Have you seen the coffee pot?
Have you seen that silver frame picture of Harry Truman and Bess? I've had it for over 30 years, and suddenly it's disappeared.
Well, what the hell is going on around here? You know, we're not the only ones that are missing things. There's a thief loose in Fernwood.
Well, at least we got our sheets left.
Public enemy number one is running around the town loose, and the old Roué is worrying about his sheets.
These are beautiful sheets.
Well, who cares? Who's going to see his sheets anyway?
Well, Barbie is, at least as soon as she moves in here with me.
Whoa, wait a minute. Now, am I going crazy? I swore you said that she was going to move in here with you.
That's what I said. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the lovely wench right now.
I don't believe this. What the...
Bogey, baby.
Would you two mind telling me just what the hell's going on here?
We're going to live in sin.
Oh, no, you ain't.
Oh, yes, we are. Now, stop worrying, George. Go on. Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute.
Well, hurry, though. I think I feel a little tingly.
Oh, God, that's disgusting. Will you two finish?
I will if you help me with my gear.
I'll do anything. Just get out and get... What the hell you got in here? Dinosaur eggs?
Life magazines.
Now, wait a minute. Wait. Listen, I hope she's doing that for exercise, because that woman is not staying in my house.
Listen, George, it means a lot to me for that woman to stay here and share my life. It means a lot to her, too. She gave up a fancy bachelorette, deposit and all, just to move in with me.
I don't care if she gave up breathing. That woman goes.
If she goes, I go.
Terrific.
Oh.
Oh, goodness. Oh, George, you let your Aunt Yolanda surprise burn.
Martha?
Oh, that's a shame.
Martha, I have a surprise for you. I suggest you go and kiss your father goodbye, because he's going forever.
Oh, after all these years? Oh, I just wonder how many more of these terrible blows I will have to take. Oh, I feel like I am teeter-tottering on the brink of losing my mind. Oh, I suppose we will be able to find another way of paying our rent besides using Grandpa's Social Security check.
Oh.
Oh, Grandpa, I am so sad you are leaving us.
No, Martha. No. We've lost too many members of our family lately, and we're not going to lose Grandpa or his lovely, lovely lady. We're going to all stay right here. We're going to be just one big happy family.
You think so?
Aren't these flowers just lovely?
Boy, Lila, you really are amazing, you know. Happy, despite our sordid little menage a trois. You know, looking at you, one would never know we had a problem in the world.
Oh, well, problems are only as big as you allow them to be. And as my daddy used to say, where there's a will, there's a way.
He must have been a brilliant man.
Oh, he sure was. And anyway, the only problem we really have is the mayor. And when you get right down to it, he's not that big of a problem.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh,
here we are.
Well, come on in. Oh, gosh, it was so sweet of you guys to come over and share our coffee and pie. European style, of course. Oh, Heather, dear, had you forgotten that you wrapped a towel around your head?
The towel is intentional. Heather thinks that she is a nun. Heather also thinks that nuns wear towels around their head. And since we're trying to bring her up progressively... Heather, please! Now, don't touch that without asking!
Well, when did she become so devoted?
Well, Heather has always had a very spiritual side to her nature. Her best friend, Lori, is Catholic.
Your house really looks nice, Wanda.
Oh, well, that's because we have our wonderful maid, Lila.
It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want.
Lila, hi.
Hi.
How are you? Oh, this looks wonderful, really wonderful. Heather, oh, that's my daughter. She's just gonna love the pie.
Is she the one with the towel?
Yeah. And the one without the towel is my husband, Tom. So, why don't you let me help you with the pie?
No. I have to keep track of which piece is the mayor's. Because he's dietetic. And I put sweet and low on the top.
Oh, gee, isn't that lovely that you're so protective of the mayor's health. That's really, And you say she does windows, too? You are so lucky.
Oh, Police Chief Quinlan. Is something wrong?
I have to see your husband, Mrs. Jeters.
One of these pieces is the dietetic piece. Oh,
Right,
this one here's Merle's piece?
Yes.
Okay, so now why don't I just separate it? I'll take it off.
Oh, no.
in the tray.
You better let me do that. I'm the maid.
Oh, no, but I'm the housewife, which is really much more of the maid than the maid.
Well, how is everything going?
Oh, fine, just fine. Lila is such a great human being. I mean, she's so great. Wanda, you shouldn't let her think of herself as a maid.
But she is.
Everything's under control, Mrs. Jeter.
Good. Lila, dear, I'd like to quiz you a little bit about the ice cubes. Now, I know we have the jumbo ones and the crushed ice. How about the mini ones?
Yes.
Lila, you didn't say anything that she could possibly misinterpret, did you? Mary is great at misinterpreting situations. That's why we have to be very careful around here.
Well, it won't be easy for a woman in love.
Of course it won't, dear. Lila, I do so love your sweet innocence, not to mention your white shoulders perfume. But I am married, and, well, in spite of my modern attitudes, I'm a one-person woman.
So the only thing standing in my way is the mayor.
What do you mean by that tone, Lila? Lila, you will remember to be the maid tonight, won't you?
I'll remember. Excuse me, I have to go serve.
Thank you for coming by, and come by and see me again, Nigel, will you? Okay. Hey, Mary. Hi, Thomas. How you doing there? Hey, don't get up. Don't get up. Stay there, Tom. Hi. How are you?
Hi, darling.
How are you? Hey.
Isn't Wanda sophisticated?
Oh, Police Chief Quinlan wanted to speak to you, honey.
Yeah, I saw him out there in the hall. He wanted to get an okay on that community fair next week.
Did you hear that? Police chief needs his okay. I mean, isn't that wonderful? Now, this is the most important house in Fernwood.
Oh, Mary.
Hey, come on, Mary. You're embarrassing Merle. Now, come on.
Hey, Tom, give her a chance to speak her piece, okay?
Even the police chief needs his approval, even though he had to wait out in the hallway. And that police chief is one tough cookie, even though he had to wait out in the hallway. Just think. I mean, Merle is the most powerful person in Fernwood. This is the heartbeat of Fernwood. And you are the man, Merle. And you got there all by yourself without owing any favors to anybody. No one controls you. You're not under anybody's thumb. No one has anything on you. No wonder Wanda and Lila take such good care of you, because with you doing so well, they're doing so well. I mean, if anything should happen to you, everything in this town collapses.
No! Stop! Ouch! You burn me! Heather! But I forgive you.
What are you doing, Lila?
The pie.
Yeah?
It's dietetic. And it's not as good as the regular pie. You should have the regular.
Oh, no. I forgot all about the dietetic piece. Oh, is that Merle's piece? Oh, no. Now, wait. Who did I give that to? Oh, I think I gave that to someone. Oh, I don't... Is it important? Is it? I mean, couldn't we all just go on diets tomorrow?
Nobody eat!
Lila, what is it?
Well, it's the pie. It's terrible. It's soggy and dry and terrible, and if you eat it, you won't think I can cook.
Tastes damn good to me, Lila.
Oh, jeez. Let me see. Was it Wanda? I don't know. Was it Heather I gave it to? I know it was. It was Police Chief Quinlan.
I'll just try to catch up with him and see if I can give him something better. Yikes.
I thought he looked like he needed a little nap.
Yikes, indeed. And we start at the Capri Lounge with like 3 different storylines going on, crossing over. I mean, they happen in the same room at least. Grandpa and Barbie have committed to moving in together, and that's going to lead to another scene later today, so that's all we see of them. And then we pan over to Tom and Vernon, who has recruited Tom. Tom doesn't know the racist agenda of the GGG, but he's happy to be in this exclusive club. And he recruits Charlie, and Loretta and Charlie are in a bit of a holding pattern because Charlie has committed to Loretta, except that it's only words. There's no action, there's no organization, there's no, like compartmentalizing your time. Loretta still feels a bit abandoned. She appreciates the attention she's getting from Charlie in the moment, that few minutes in the morning when they had their sex. But it's interrupted. So Loretta needs some boundaries established, and Charlie is committing to Loretta but not establishing those boundaries. And then we go back over to Vernon and Tom, and Tom wants to recruit Charlie. And then Howie and Kathy show up, and Howie is on the trail of the TTT, but he doesn't realize how close to home the TTT are. And I really want to see Howie take on the TTT/GGG. I really want him to collapse that organization. And then Mary is working on a song to raise the morale of the workers at the factory, and I think that's well intended. And not only well intended, I think it's a good idea. She engages Loretta to get her advice musically, and as a person who has written at least a couple of songs in my life, I get that. It's nice to have someone behind you in terms of creating a melody or creating the music behind. But Mary delivers her song with her normal Mary Hartman flat affect, and Loretta turns it into a bop. Martha shows up, and she is in a depression after losing her job and losing the baby, and again, that's going to lead to the next scene. Then Tom shows up, and he is the wet blanket. Now, and in previous episodes, I have said that Mary doesn't really understand the way things work at the factory. I don't know that creating a song is such a bad thing, and I don't know that complaining about things that are potentially harmful is a bad thing. And Tom used to want to fix things, and now he is just maybe returning to this very depressing job is killing his soul. But he essentially pours water on the fire. Speaking of buzzkills, we get George and Grandpa is moving in with Barbie, and as I've said in this show, people never tell the folks that they live with what they're doing. They just do stuff. And this is what happens with Grandpa Larkin. He is moving in with Barbie without any discussion of exactly how that would be, and it's still a bit of a demand. George, however, blows up as he always does, and then tells Raymond off. And as we see, Martha can't deal with losing another person in her life, and also points out that Grandpa Larkin was helping them pay the rent, which I thought that their rent was paid for because they were a landmark, but George kind of put the kibosh on being a landmark. So George welcomes Barbie and Grandpa Larkin back in the home, and Grandpa Larkin has even more contempt for George, and I think rightfully so. And then we end with our party scene with the Hartmans visiting the Jeters, and Heather is wearing her habit, which is a towel with like clips in it. And the crux of the scene would be Lila and Mary with the pies. The exchange that they are a housewife is a little bit more maid than a maid is. And a bit more of the behavior between Lila and Wanda, who really demands that Lila know her station. And not just know her station, but she's been really awful. The new police chief showed up, and I was excited to see a new police character, except, well, we know what happens. And Mary has completely forgotten about the dietetic slice that Lila told her about. Mary expresses how important Merle is to the town, and that gives Lila a change of heart. She goes in to stop Merle from eating that pie, except it wasn't the slice that was prepared. And then Mary realized that she gave the pie to the police chief And youch. Yikes, indeed. So I expect we're going to see some drama, the fallout from this, because Lila is perhaps in trouble. I'm not sure if Mary, because she handed the slice to the police chief, would be implicated in this, but you've got a dead police chief in this town. It's not going to be dropped. I mean, sometimes people go to jail in this show and then they're released for mysterious reasons. Lila definitely has some stuff coming to her. So everyone, that was a shocking conclusion to this Thursday's episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving all of your good stuff down in the comments. Thank you for falling down the rabbit hole with me, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.